Kaplan exam questions. Beneficiary. During the accumulation period of a deferred variable annuity, the value of the individual account rises or falls based on the same kind as the original policy. Unlike corporate dividends, insurance policy dividends. A lump sum cash payment equal to the starting annuity fund, less the amount of income already paid to the deceased. Rick purchased an annuity, making a single lump sum payment on September 1st. His benefits began on October 1st. What kind of annuity did Rick buy? In contrast to traditional whole life insurance policies, term life insurance provides pure insurance protection only. Net premium for life insurance is defined as mortality plus interest. Variable contracts and their distribution are regulated separately but in a fairly coordinated fashion between the Department of Insurance, the SEC, and FINRA. A life insurance gross premium is net single premium plus expense. The insured. Joanna and her spouse, Bill, have a $40,000 annuity that pays them $200 per month. Bill dies, and Joanna continues receiving the $200 monthly check as long as she lives. When Joanna dies, the payments cease. This is an example of equal to the debt owed. A converted policy must be upon issuance of a conditional receipt to an insurance applicant who has paid the insurer an initial premium. The insurance company is conditionally assuming the risk. Social Security suspends payment during which period? Blackout period. A joint and full survivor annuity. If an annuitant has a refund annuity and dies after the annuity income begins, her beneficiary will receive universal life. Benefits that are available when the insured is still alive are known in the insurance world as preserved for the children. A withdrawal from a life insurance policy is also known as a whole life policy that makes it possible to stop premium payments at the end of a specified time without a reduction in the death benefit is called limited pay. The producer's report will be signed by ________________________________________________________________________________________________________________________h Only the producer. When he was 45, Frank purchased a $40,000 50-year level term policy. When he died at age 52, his beneficiary received nothing. The insured died after his term policy period had expired. As a result, the beneficiary received nothing. Diane would like to purchase a life insurance policy in which the face amount remains level and the cash value grows each year until she dies, or reaches age 100. Which type of policy should she purchase? Whole life policy. Survivorship life policy. This is also called a second to die or last to die policy. Advantages of whole life insurance. Living benefits. The death benefit of a whole life policy is permanent insurance, not term. A deferred annuity's death benefit, which is equal to the contract's accumulated value, is payable to the contract's not the annuitant. This can create planning problems for annuity contract owners who assume contract proceeds would be payable to the designated annuitant were the owner to die before annuitization. Immediate. All of the following are factors that determine the annuity benefit amount except the company's expense, loading factor, the annuitant's tax bracket, the annuitant's age, the annuitant's sex, the investment results. Which annuity settlement arrangement guarantees to pay at least a minimum amount equal to the original investment, are not considered taxable income because they are considered a partial return of premiums paid. Lynn elects to surrender her whole life policy for a reduced paid-up policy. The cash value of her new policy will underscore 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 is what a third party assumes an agent has, on the basis of the actions or words of the principal. By supplying the agent with business cards, sample policies, and rate books, the insurance company has given the impression that it supports his words and actions. Apparent authority. With regard to a breadwinner's death, the blackout period generally can be defined as the period that begins when the youngest child is 16 and ends when the surviving parent turns 60, continue to increase. What are the 3 standard life insurance policy non-forfeiture options? If a medical report is required on an applicant, it is completed by underscore 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 underscore. A paramedic or examining physician. The license an insurer usually needs to sell insurance in a state is called underscore 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 underscore. A certificate of authority. Option B. Which of the following insurance policies allow for partial surrenders from the cash value? Convertible term, whole life, universal life, single premium whole life, collateral and absolute, also known as permanent, assignments transfer an owner's interests. Collateral assignments do not change ownership. Most commonly, they pledge a portion of the death benefit as collateral. Absolute assignments transfer all rights of ownership. Typically, a contract for group life insurance is issued to extended term insurance option, reduced paid up, permanent, insurance option, cash surrender option. What is the nature of a cash value loan? Receiving equal installment payments under the policy. Individual certificates issued to individuals insured under a group insurance policy must include all of the following info except cert number, premium AMT, statement of the insurance protection provided, statement of to whom benefits are payable. The cash value in a life insurance policy is also known as a living benefit. Fixed, level. Charles and Susanna both agree to pay premiums on their policies for the next 20 years. After that, they will no longer have to pay premiums, but their insurance coverage will continue until they die. Charles and Susanna have cash refund option. What annuity payout option provides for lifetime payments to the annuitant but guarantees a certain minimum term of payments, typically 5, 10, or 20 years, whether or not the annuitant is living? Conditional receipt is given only if the underscore 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 has been submitted with the signed application. Initial premium. Limited pay whole life policies. Agents selling underscore 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 policies must have a valid insurance license and must also register with the SEC and FINRA. Premium amount individual certificates for insureds in a group plan must state a certificate number, the coverage provided, and to whom the benefits are payable. Endorsements or modifications to an insurance contract must 10 days. What are the 3 parties to a trust? The insured. The insured's consideration is payment of premiums and providing truthful statements on the application. If an individual life insurance policy contains a spendthrift provision, the policy can prohibit the beneficiary from taking all of the following actions except surrendering the policy for cash, borrowing against the policy, exchanging the policy, receiving equal installment payments under the policy, continue to another person for the rest of the payout period. The facility of payment clause found in some life insurance policies authorizes the insurance concept of returning consumers to the financial status they enjoyed prior to a loss is known as _______________________ Indemnification. The accumulation period. Which of the following statements does not describe a fixed annuity? It guarantees income payments will last the annuitant's lifetime, it provides a guaranteed rate of interest, it is invested in the insurer's general account, it will produce income benefits that are adjusted to keep pace with inflation. Which use of personal life insurance would meet the need of protecting a spouse or a child who depends on the financial support of a family member? Survivor protection. Pertaining to a life insurance contract, the term aleatory indicates that _______________________________________________________________________________________________________________________:__________________________________________________________________________________________________________________________The values received by each party may be unequal. The producer's report contains information based on the agent's knowledge of the insured and is used as an additional underwriting resource. The report is never seen by the insured and is not attached to the policy or application at issuance. Which of the following does not appear in the producer's report? Financial status, education, habits, character. Education does not appear in the report. The grantee is the party that manages a trust. There are three parties to a trust: the grantor, the trustee, and the beneficiary. The grantor sets up and determines how a trust will operate. The trustee manages the trust according to the grantor's instructions. The beneficiary receives the benefits of the trust. Consideration is a legal term meaning. Jean, age 20, purchased a $50,000 life insurance policy. The premium at issue is lower than normal whole life rates, and it increases each year for the first 5 years of the policy period. After that, the premium levels off. What type of policy does Jean own? Graded premium whole life. It will produce income benefits that are adjusted to keep pace with inflation. Not true. Payments are fixed. What type of annuity payment option provides a guaranteed income to the annuitant for life and, if the annuitant dies before the annuity is depleted, a lump sum cash payment to the annuitant's beneficiary? Cash values accumulate tax-deferred. Whole life insurance is permanent coverage. Whole life insurance has guaranteed level premiums and does not expire. Whole life policies have higher premiums than term life insurance. Allison has a guaranteed insurability rider attached to her permanent policy. Which of the specified intervals can she purchase additional life insurance without having to provide evidence of insurability? Weekly modes of payment are annually, semi-annually, quarterly. Monthly premium payment amounts can be either level, single payment, graded, or flexible. Which of the following is not a common exclusion in life insurance policies? Hazardous hobbies, natural disasters, aviation, war or military. The second part of an insurance application contains information about the insured's physical condition and habits. The insuring clause provision. Which of the following is not a common underwriting consideration in group insurance? Average age of the group, existence of the group, stability of the group, persistency of the group. Be in writing and agreed to by both the insurer and the policy owner. If a group life insurance plan is non-contributory, %% of eligible persons must be insured. Which premium payment mode would have the lowest annual premium? Annual premium payments. Natural disasters. When denying or paying a claim, what will the insurer look at when making her decision? Molly sends in her application for insurance, but does not pay the first premium. She paid her first premium when the policy was delivered. When would the effective date of coverage be? The date the policy was delivered. Which of the following is not a characteristic of fraternal benefit societies? Representative form of government, lodge system, profit-making organization with capital stock, insurance benefits to members. Profit-making organization with capital stock. Gerald, a 40-year-old building contractor, wants financial protection for his family while $150,000 of his assets are tied up in building project for about 5 years. Which of the following types of life insurance policies would give him that protection at the lowest cost? 5-year level term. Most state laws allow life insurance applications to be backdated up to 6 months. An executive office of the insurance company. What action will an insurer take if it learns that a deceased life insurance policyholder was actually older than the insurer had believed? Which of the following policies endows at age 100? Any endowment policy, endowment and decreasing term, whole life and limited pay life, level term and whole life. Whole life and limited pay life. The misstatement of age provision. Which of the following statements regarding trusts and life insurance is not correct? Trusts may be named as a beneficiary on behalf of a minor. The beneficiary is the person receiving the benefits from a trust. The grantee is the party that manages a trust. Life insurance proceeds may be handled by a trust. 3-year intervals. A family rider and life insurance covers. The Medical Information Bureau, MIB, is a nonprofit trade association that maintains underwriting information on applicants. Decreasing term insurance. It addresses his need for protection what will decline from year to year. This would be a good choice to ensure the declining balance on a home mortgage. Sarah purchases a universal life policy with an increasing death benefit equal to the face value of the policy plus the cash account. Which of the following death benefit options did Sarah choose? The employer. The policy provision that permits the insurer to adjust benefits because of an incorrect age is the annuitant's tax bracket. Regardless of the annuitant's age, health, or marital status, annuity income option will provide more monthly income than any life annuity income option that includes a guarantee feature. An insurer's operating costs are known as the expense load. When a cross-purchase plan is funded by life insurance, each partner owns a policy on the lives of the other partners. Installment refund annuity. The time during which funds are being paid into an annuity is called grantor, trustee, beneficiary. The insurer's promise to pay can be found in which provision? Something of value. Which of the following is not a mode of premium payment? Monthly, quarterly, annually, weekly. An insurer will use all of the following to determine if a person should be issued a policy except medical report from a qualified professional, application for insurance, info stored in the Medical Information Bureau, applicant's work history. Applicant's work history. The face amount will be lowered to reflect the proper amount based on the correct age. An exchange of value, consideration, is necessary to form a valid contract. Whose consideration is it, in a contract for insurance, to make truthful statements on an application? Most insurers require agents to underscore the policy so that they can explain the policy's terms, exclusions, and riders. Personally deliver. In contrast to traditional whole life insurance policies, with variable life insurance products, contract cash values are not guaranteed. Variable universal life policies provide all of the following except flexible premium capability, cash values, fixed premiums, a death benefit. Fixed premiums. The insurer to designate the payee of the life insurance death benefits if the designated beneficiary cannot be located. Who must sign endorsements, modifications, or any other changes to a life insurance contract? Anna applied for a $2 million life insurance policy and paid the first premium but was later found to be uninsurable. The agent gave her a receipt that guarantees coverage until the insurance formally rejects her application. Which type of receipt did Anna receive? Binding. With a binding receipt, coverage is guaranteed, even if Anna is later found to be uninsurable, until the insurer formally rejects the application. However, the underwriting process can take several weeks. This can place the insurer at considerable risk. Accordingly, binding receipts are almost never used in life insurance. What type of insurance company is organized and incorporated under state laws but have no stockholders? Mutual insurers. Fixed and level. Interest-sensitive whole life policies have death benefits. Guaranteed interest rate, chosen payment method, amount of death benefit. With the life period certain settlement option, if the beneficiary dies before the end of the selected payout period, payments. Straight life. Contracts that provide payments based on the investment return of a segregated asset account are called a partial surrender. Withdrawals cannot be paid back. 3 factors used to determine the minimum length of the payment period with the fixed amount settlement option. A variable life insurance policy invests its cash values in securities at the owner's direction. There are no guarantees as to the cash value growth or accumulation. Although the death benefit may fluctuate in response to the cash values, a minimum death benefit, the policy's face amount, is guaranteed. Premiums are fixed and payable over the life of the policy. Joe buys his first home after obtaining a 30-year mortgage from his bank. He is considering the purchase of life insurance to ensure that the mortgage will be paid in the event of his death, in which case he will leave the house to his spouse and children. What would be the best life insurance protection for Joe? Both the insured spouse and children. When a policy owner decides to stop paying premiums and take a paid-up policy for a reduced amount, the paid-up policy will be. If consumer information reports are obtained under false pretenses, the maximum penalty is a $5,000 fine, imprisonment for 1 year, or both. The primary source of information used in underwriting will be the application. Average age of the group. With group credit life insurance plans, the amount of insurance is. Express authority requires an agent to act in accordance with the agency agreement. One of the suspicious activities an insurer must report is the receipt of cash payments in excess of $10,000. 100%. What are the two types of assignment of rights to another in a life insurance policy? Life with period certain. The annuitant of an annuity can be compared to which of the following with respect to a life insurance policy? It is a financial transaction in which the insurer loans the money and attaches a comparable portion of the cash value as collateral. Under the interest-only option, only the interest on the face amount will be paid to the spouse on a regular basis. The face amount will be the entire contract. According to the free look provision, how many days does a policy owner have to return a policy for any reason? Variable. Which specialized policy pays the death benefit when the last insured dies? Insurance agents represent the insurer.